It's a beautiful, relaxed city. The pace is very relaxed. It is a beach city as well as a port city. And there seem to be quite a lot of markets all over the city as well, which speaks to the fact that it is the main economic hub for most of Sabah. So, for the neighborhood nearby, for the neighboring areas nearby. There is a small train line as well. It was part of the British colonial empire uh, until it joined the Malaysian Federation in 1963. So I'm going to now begin walking towards my destination where I will start my introduction. So, Midori, I had a whiff of durian before we started, but not very strong. We're in nice, fresh, open air. So, in fact, of course, I guess it won't also carry very far. So, anyway, good day, everyone. Welcome to Kota Kinabalu. My name is Imran, or KK. Kota Kinabalu is often referred to as KK. This is the capital of Sabah province, located in East Malaysia. It is the capital of Sabah province and quite different. If any of you have been to Malaysia, it's quite different from Peninsula or West Malaysia. And just to give you an idea as to where we are located, we are located I have highlighted or circled two cities. One is Singapore, to give you an idea of where we are relative to Singapore. KK, Kota Kinabalu, on the on the right over there. You can see it is part of Borneo Island, and Borneo Island, it shares the island with Indonesia. So the majority of the island is Indonesia, and then there's also Brunei. KK or Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, and Sarawak. Sarawak is the other Malaysian province here in East Malaysia. They joined the Malay Federation in 1963, which incidentally is also when Singapore joined the Malay Federation in 1963. Singapore didn't last very long. It was, depending on your point of view, either expelled or withdrew from the Federation in 1965. So essentially, for about 2 years, it was part of the Malaysian Federation and then obtained full independence in 1965. Now, what are we going to do here in this night market? This is the Gaya Street night market behind me. You can see the light up. It's not very clear because of the lighting. It's a food market that is only open twice a week on Fridays and Saturdays. So before I begin, of course, I want to thank all of you for taking the time and the effort to join me. It is just past 7 p.m. local time in Malaysia. The temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, which I believe is around the 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit range. It's not very humid today. It has been very, very hot during the day. Today in the daytime, it touched 33, 34 degrees Celsius and the sun was just blazing. But enough of me and enough of background information. We are going to now begin with our walk into the market. So let us turn around and start heading to the market. So you can see this area here. This is where we are, Gaya Street. This is the night food market. You can see that there are some Chinese plaques there as well. This is a pedestrianized street during the street food market. And this also speaks to the fact that there is a Chinese community here also in this part of Malaysia. All right, let us carry on. And of course, those of you who are with me here, please feel free to add comments or ask questions. I am not from Sabah, And in fact, I normally guide in Singapore, but to the extent that I can answer your questions, I will do that. Let me just show you the street sign. So this is where we are, Jalan Gaya. And the language here, of course, is Malay. That is spoken is Malay. So everything that you are seeing, it is written in with the Latin script. And we start with some satay. Let's see how it's cooked. So this is barbecued beef on a skewer. And I did try this yesterday. It's delicious. So you have this normally with peanut sauce. These are chicken sticks, but you also have beef as well as mutton. I'm not a big fan of durians, but satay I can eat as much as my stomach will allow. Let's carry on. So thank you, those of you who have just joined me. We are walking around the night food market on Gaya Street in Kota Kinabalu, which is the capital of Sabah province in East Malaysia. And this is all food. That's all we're going to see today is food. Maybe we'll be distracted by some traditional local Sabahan music. There were some local musicians playing here yesterday, street musicians. And if they are back today, we will stop and give you a view of them as well. So you can see it's not all local, right? Cheesy mozzarella, and then vegetarian food. Yes, you will find some. I think it may not be easy to find at a market like this. A lot of seafood and a lot of meat. That's what you will find. Rice, of course, as well. A lot of rice and sugar water or drinks. We are in the tropics, so of course, tropical fruits and fresh fruits and vegetables. Mangoes are big in this part of the world. And a few days ago, I took a train journey up, in fact, south of Kota Kinabalu or KK towards Beaufort. It's an old train line built in the 1890s by the British colonials for transporting tobacco when this area had a lot of tobacco plantations. And one of the things that I saw everywhere was banana trees. They're just everywhere. What we're going to do is I'm going to uh, give you a full round of the entire market, all the stalls. So we're going to go up the street and then we'll come back down the other street. So we'll go up this lane, and then if you look behind, you'll see more stalls on the other side. We'll come back from that side. We have a Chinese stall here. We'll get everywhere, Midori. Whoa. You can see behind him on the banner the type of dishes that he is selling. Very much Chinese, which you will find in any hawker center or coffee shop in many parts of Southeast Asia. So let's carry on, shall we? Some chicken, rice. It's quite crowded at this time, but we'll see if we can sneak in and give you closer looks of the food. Even some sushi. Different types of sauces. Little pieces of fish inside this. Yes, otak otak.
Sini, sini kami dekat.
So, those of you who may have joined a little bit late, my name is Imran, and I am walking you through the night food market of Kota Kinabalu, which is the capital of the East Malaysian province of Sabah. And we are just seeing a lot of very, very delicious street food on display and being cooked. And in case you are wondering, the local currency here is the Malaysian ringgit, or sometimes referred to as the Malaysian dollar. It is approximately over 4 ringgit to $1. So in case you want to do the calculations in your head, that should give you an idea. East Malaysia does have a lot of indigenous tribes, its own people, and some of the fashions and some of the things that they wear are on display at this shop. They have several tribes based on what I found out at their local museum in Sarawak. This was basically about the only non-food stall that I found in this market. Now, 1963, when Sabah and Sarawak joined the Malay Federation, they had a special arrangement with Kuala Lumpur as far as joining was concerned. And what they did was they made sure that they had certain autonomies available to them from the Federation as ruled from Kuala Lumpur. What were some of these autonomies? Well, they basically don't allow open immigration from West Malaysia. So if you are not from these two provinces, you can see the headdress worn by this young boy, local headdress. If you are not from the local provinces, you need to get permission to own property here or to live here. So if you come here from KL and that is your domicile or that's where you live, KL being Kuala Lumpur in West Malaysia, you are only allowed to live here for 90 days. So it's almost like a foreigner coming in. And also the provisions that pertain to the national religion, which is Islam in West Malaysia, they are not applicable here in East Malaysia. This is a little bit more diversified as far as religious background is concerned. There's not the same plurality of Muslims in East Malaysia as there is in West Malaysia. If you're wondering what I mean when I say East Malaysia and West Malaysia, you may wish to look at the slides that I posted earlier, which I will post again to give you an idea. East Malaysia is sometimes referred to as Peninsula Malaysia, and it borders Thailand on its north and, of course, the island of Singapore on its south. And West Malaysia is on the island of Borneo. Hi. Some more satay and also other barbecued items. Let me go vertical on this for you for a minute. So 1, 2, 3. And I'll go back to horizontal in 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see they are also cooking fish over here. If I can give you a nice framed shot there.
Ya sayap. Ya sayap dik, inilah ikan. Sayap. Bos, apa sayap? Kita ada ikan pada. Singgah. Ya berapa Pak? Panas. Patay naman.
So, welcome everyone. Those of you who may have joined recently, this is Imran here, and I am walking around the night food market in Gaya Street in Kota Kinabalu, also called KK, in the East Malaysian province of Sabah. So, we are located on the island of Borneo, and let's see evidence of this being an island in the octopuses that are being cooked here.
Ya bos Q. Madu kak sayap. Mana dek? Sayang. Untuk. Ayam madu satu. Cak boleh sistem dia. Ada bang? Ya satu. Ya jalur ini. Mau yang mana? Mana bang?
So it is 7 p. It's just coming up to 7:30 p.m. here in KK. I'm not sure what the time is in your part of the world, but maybe this food is making you a bit hungry. I know after the walkabout, I'm going to come back and buy myself some food, particularly some satay.
Kasih bang. Ayam madu kak. Inilah kak. Ada ayam sama nasi sambal. Ya ada ayam ada nasi. Ada madu. Ada ayam madu kak.
All right, so we have done one lane on one side. What we're going to do now is we're going to head over to the other side and walk back towards the entrance where we started and check out all the stalls available on this side. This side seems to be a little bit more crowded. You can see here, I'm giving you a kind of an overhead view of where we came from. So this side just seems a little more crowded than the other lane that we walked by. So for people who have walked with me through this, can you maybe give me a listing or give me an idea of what would be your favorite dishes? What would be the first dish that you would try if you were walking around here with me. I know what it would be for me. Quay quay. All right. Excellent. So sweet stuff. Anyone else? No one's going to go for the satay. Seems to be a slightly busy stall. Let's see what he is cooking on this side. Hello. You may also notice that a lot of people are still wearing masks. From what I have found out, there is still an indoor mask mandate here in the state of Sabah. So there was a question, I believe it was Renee who also had vegetarian food. You can see that it will be quite tough in this market for vegetarians. However, if you go to the food courts in malls and places, you will find vegetarian stalls. There's a small minority of Indian Hindus here, and many of them adhere to a vegetarian diet. So there is vegetarian food available, and you can see people are friendly. So this is, I tried one of these yesterday. This is kind of like a local waffle, although it's much more crispy and very nice. I really enjoyed it. I might even have another one today. So hopefully for those of you who are familiar with this part of the world, I'm bringing back some good positive memories, good positive associations with this part of the world. Those of you who have not been here before, maybe this will give you an idea of what to expect in a street market, a food market here. And welcome, Evelyn. I see you are based in Surabaya. I visited Surabaya maybe 20 years ago. I would like to go back again. Of course, I was explaining earlier, this island is shared with Indonesia. Borneo, much of Borneo is of course part of the Indonesian East Kalimantan province. Good. And you might also see the name here, Api Api Night Market. Api Api, for those of you who speak Malay, of course, fire, fire. And that refers to the fact that there was a local hero. His name was Mat Saleh. And in the late 1890s, when the British colonials were trying to set up their settlement here in what they then referred to as Jessel Town, he resisted, and at one stage he burnt their entire settlement down. So to many, the area where the settlement is became known as Api Api, or Fire Fire. And if you're with me at the beginning, you will see, we're just crossing over to Balsa Square. If you were with me at the beginning, you will have noticed that the name of this night market was Api Api, Food Night Market. So it suddenly seems to have just got very busy. Uh, Polly, those were they were rice with certain other condiments, like with certain meat or other items inside wrapped up. You're talking about the brown wrapped pyramids. I zoomed up to the banners on the top, and basically, if you may have noticed that they were basically that was like a meal in itself. So rice with cooked meat or cooked chicken. Well, I don't think it was a lucky draw, Polly. I think you could ask for what you wanted, right? But in case you were in a kind of felt that you were in a lucky mood, perhaps you could have just picked one and seen what the luck of the draw would have got you. But it was basically a full meal with rice. And this flag that you are seeing here, that is the flag of the province of Sabah. So blue and red flag. If we have anyone who is of familiar with South Korea, and then of course the bingsus and Malaysia Italian, yes, why not? We have it all here in the street market. Italian, Vietnamese coffee, and Chendo as well, which is, of course, very famous from Malacca, which is a city in Peninsular Malaysia. All right, so I think someone said they liked some wrapped stuff. Let me show you some more wrapped stuff with little ribbons as well. Thank you very much, Michael. And this would be put in the chendo. Some murtabak, which is a traditionally an Indian. You can see it being prepared there, so it's kind of like a savory pancake put with a filling inside it. You can see she's just put some cheese, or he's just put some cheese, and then it's wrapped up. It is a meal in itself as well. And the filling can be of various sorts. You could have meat in there, mincemeat, chicken. This one looked like it was vegetarian. All wrapped up for those who like things that are wrapped up. Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet
Hi,
you again.
yeah. Hi, sorry, I'm live streaming. So just come across some friends who we met in the museum in Sabah. So they have done so much more in Sabah than we did. They went to the base camp of Mount Kinabalu, where the city gets its name from, and also they went and saw the Rafflesia Rafflesia flower. Maybe some of you have heard of it. It was in bloom in the last few days. It's a flower which emits a very, very, very bad smell to attract flies because then it eats the flies. And that is found in one part of Sabah province. Now, earlier Midori, it's quite common. Next time you come to this part of the world, you should try it, the cheese in your murtaba. So this is the flag of Sabah province. And if you notice on its left there's a mountain. That is the outline of Mount Kinabalu, which is where the city gets its name from. It's one of the largest mountains in this part of the world, just over 4,000 meters tall. This is the flag of the Federation of Malaysia. So, Kota Kinabalu, Kota essentially means city, and Kinabalu is the name of that mountain. Chinese dishes, very crowded, so I can't really get closer. Hello. Someone mentioned quiz, these colorful. So for those with a sweet tooth, that was the stall for you. Thank you very much, Hans. So we are coming up to the end of the market, but there is one stall that I would like to show you if it is there today. It was there yesterday. They basically sell local coconut pudding, which is a local specialty. And here it is. So this is a Sabahan specialty, coconut pudding. I did try it yesterday. It's very nice. It's not so sweet. And the great thing about it is because for this climate, there's even a little bit of coconut water in there, which is very refreshing, cools you down. And I think I will come back and have some again a little bit later. So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our walk around the Gaya night food market here in Kota Kinabalu or KK in the province of Sabah in East Malaysia. And for those of you who joined me, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me. I hope you saw a little bit of the delicious food, which I'm now going to go back and start trying. So it promises to be good. I'm going to start with the satay and then move on and end with that coconut pudding that I just showed you. So if you enjoyed the tour, if you can leave a tip, that would be wonderful. It does help to allow me to leave more, to produce more content for you. And if you are unable to do so, then perhaps maybe if you can post something on Facebook. This is a one-off tour. I don't live in Sabah. In KK, in Kota Kinabalu. This was a one-off tour for me, but hopefully you enjoyed walking around these streets with me. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, particularly those who have left a tip. And then if you enjoyed the tour, do follow me. I do put out a lot of tours, particularly relating to Singapore from time to time. And I intend to be in Bangkok, Thailand later on this year in a couple of months. And then early next year, I hope to be in Turkey. And I'm not sure that there have been any tours pushed out of Turkey, but hopefully I'm going to walk around and I'm going to show you different parts of that country as well, because that's another place that I truly love. So thank you all. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great morning, depending on where you are. This is Imran Ahmed signing off from KK in East Malaysia. All right. Bye-bye.